AEW Collision was this past weekend, and Will Ospreay said something that got me thinking, are we going to see the end of his alliance with United Empire? Let's get into that.
Screw the script!
Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick. Thanks for joining me. Sorry that I did not upload yesterday. Had a very busy weekend, but I'm going to double down on uploads today and tomorrow, the usual Tuesday time for you guys. But let's quickly recap Collision before we get into the main part of this video on something with Will Ospreay and the United Empire, a prediction, rather, that I have. Before we recap Collision, like, comment, subscribe, hype this video down below. Really helps in the algorithm. I am, at the time of this recording, 1 subscriber away from 2,700. I'm trying to get to 3,000 by the end of summer. And my big goal of 10,000 subscribers, I would love to have that many people join the STS Society. And if you're new here, what we're all about here at the STS Society, here at Screw the Script, is we go against a script that says AEW is going to fail. We go against the AEW haters, those E-stands out there that just want AEW to fail, or pretty much any big promotion that is not WWE. I don't hate WWE, I just don't like current product that WWE puts out. It's more so against the AEW haters, not WWE itself, so don't get that confused. If you are in agreement with that, if you support AEW, if you want to see them succeed, and if you're tired of other channels out there that hate on AEW, feel free to subscribe to me here at Screw the Script. Now on to Collision. We had 3 more Continental Cup matches, and we had an upset that I didn't even expect. First off, I got 2 of the 3 wrong. I was a perfect 5 for 5 before Collision. I only got 1 right, and it was what I thought was going to be one of the only 2 upsets in this. But again, AEW continues to surprise people, you guys. And we saw Nigel McGuinness beat Shibata. Now, there is unfortunate news that Nigel suffered an apparent injury in that match. I don't know if it's storyline related or if it's a legit injury, but well wishes out to him there. But then Hechicero ends up beating Brian Cage, which I really thought Brian Cage was going to win because he's been getting pushed lately. And then Kyle O'Reilly beat Roderick Strong. I really thought that Roddy was going to move on here, but I'm happily surprised that Kyle O'Reilly won. Hechicero winning was crazy too. And then my boy, my upset pick, my pick to win it all, my crazy pick essentially, that I did in a previous video, Nigel. Obviously the safe pick, it's going to be Jay White facing Jon Moxley in the finals at All In, but you never know with AEW. We also saw Hangman Adam Page and Bro Dito versus a Lethal Twist. They are good trios, but again, after what Swerve came out and said last week that I covered in my last video, I think that's where we see the New Day or Daybreak debut at All In. Zeta Steele deserves props here. No, she didn't pick up the win against Mercedes, but damn is she really good in the ring. And I actually got something involving her in my DDT segment towards the end of this video, so we'll circle around back with her. Divine Dominion, quick squash, but ultimately I think they're dropping those belts to the Brawling Birds. And then the Hurt Syndicate and Shane Taylor, interesting team up there. And MVP with the Hurt Syndicate, who knows where they're going with this, but I am intrigued and I'm glad to see them back on AEW TV. But now, going into the main chunk of this video, the interesting thing that happened on Collision was Will Ospreay backstage with an interview. He said that he is calling his United Empire and Callum Newman specifically to AEW Dynamite next week to fight the Don Callis family. I have a prediction here that's going to really shake things up with AEW and their New Japan partnership. We all know that Callum Newman lost the other night in the G1 tournament. He did not get to repeat like he did last year, winning it. And I think he's going to be a little salty. He's going to be a little upset. He's going to be probably in a bad mood. And we know that there's been some tension with Will Ospreay and United Empire over in New Japan, with Ospreay's alliance that he had, a very short alliance, but still aligned himself with the Death Riders. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, I think something crazy is going to happen on Dynamite, or at the very least, hinting towards something that's going to happen in the future for AEW. It does seem like quite possibly Ospreay is still going to win at All In, but we don't know. Kenny Omega could retain, and it could be because of this reason. I think Callum Newman and the United Empire are going to kick Will Ospreay out. They're going to either jump him or they're going to turn on him this upcoming Dynamite, or long term, they attack him at All In, maybe costing him the title. Maybe that's how Kenny Omega retains. Or Callum Newman becomes his first official opponent after Ospreay wins at All In. A lot of different options that AEW can take here with the storyline, but it is extremely intriguing. I cannot wait to see what happens on Dynamite this upcoming Wednesday. That is the big thing that I have in this video for you guys that I'm most curious about. Let me know down below what your thoughts are with Ospreay's words. Do you see any of those things happening that I just mentioned? All I know is that AEW is putting some damn good TV out week after week after week, and there's a lot of people, again, AEW haters out there that I see on socials, that I see on in other YouTube videos that are saying, oh, AEW is not building really well at all for All In. Well, I disagree. If you watch weekly, and not only that, another layer on that, if you watch weekly and have been watching weekly for a long time, or like myself, since day one. Hell, I even have a video of the very first Dynamite when it started saved on my phone. I was recording the very first intro for AEW Dynamite almost 7 years ago, and I still have that saved on my phone. I have watched since day one, and these storylines are not cookie cutter storylines that you get in other promotions, where it almost seems like a lot of wrestlers just have amnesia. And as soon as they're done with a storyline, they just move on to the next storyline, and all is forgotten. And I'm pointing at WWE. I'm giving them some criticism here because AEW doesn't do that. You still see tension to this day with Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, and those two ended their feud a few years ago in that cage match. And you see tension still with the Young Bucks and other tag teams from forever ago. That stuff doesn't end. Will Ospreay has tension with Callum Newman. He's got tension with the Death Riders now. He's got tension with Kenny Omega. I mean, there is a lot of depth to storylines heading into All In, and if you just watch weekly, you would actually understand. Quick update on the standings now. So those are the final 8 remaining. You got Claudio, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston, Jay White, Moxley, Nigel, Hechicero, and Kyle O'Reilly left in the Continental Cup. We'll see what the matches are coming up, if they haven't announced any already. And then also another fun Collision thing for you guys real quick. They actually surpassed WCW Thunder this past Collision. Thunder ran from January 8th of 98 to March 21st of 2001. 156 episodes. Collision, June 17th of 2023 to present, 157 and counting. Don't see it ending anytime soon. And again, AEW haters down in the comments when I screen grabbed this. I wish I should have screen grabbed the comments, but there was someone at the top, and the worst part is that it had a lot of likes on the comment saying, oh, well, the ratings suck for Collision. I'm going to stop you right there. This is way different than 1998 television, even to 2001. WCW Thunder was on, I believe, free cable or at least weekly television, and a lot more people watched it back then. Now, in today's pro wrestling world, you've got TV, you've got HBO Max, and you've got all these other streaming options. So it is not comparable, and I'm tired of seeing that dumb argument. Few quick wrestling things here in the news. Kofi Kingston, formerly known as, he filed a trademark for KSM for short. That's probably what he's going to go by when he inevitably debuts in AEW. Also, we've got Kevin Knight and Darby Allin is official. TNT Championship Falls Count Anywhere. That's going to be a sneaky sleeper match that could be match of the night. Here's upcoming Dynamite matches. TBS Championship 4-Way for Wednesday with Statlander, Maya, Persephone, and Shida. That should be good. We got a trios match with Ospreay, Akita, and Hanare versus Brian Cage, Rocky, and Lance Archer. And again, that could be where Callum shows up and they turn on Ospreay. That's just a prediction. And then you have another trios match, Omega and the Bucks versus Al Clone and Davis and Doyle. That should be good. And then we have Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay coming face to face with Renee, probably pre-recorded. Otherwise, Kenny is pulling double duty, and Ospreay as well for Dynamite. Should be a good card. I'm sure there'll be more announced. And lastly, before we get to the DDT, I've got news on MLW. The Good Brothers are new MLW World Tag Team Champions. If you haven't watched MLW and you want to give it a shot, I highly recommend it. I personally like it. It's not for everybody, but it was really good to see these two win that match and win tag titles once again. And now on to the DDT segment of this video. I have two for you guys. Quickly going back, circling around to the Zeta Steel thing that I said earlier. This is Ostito. I don't even want to try it. He goes on to say Zeta Steel was more on TV before joining AEW. I swear she could have been much better on WWE. And she responds, putting him in his place, saying it never appeared on TV wrestling before AEW. Need I say more? You're this first half of this video's DDT. And the bigger one here, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right either, but Kefas, I don't know. Parody account, apparently. So maybe not going to take this too serious, but goes on to say, remember when the IWC went crazy when AEW signed them? Game changers. TKO was cooking with these signings, dream matches. Brother, these guys have done jack shit since signing. What are you talking about? This is, unless this is just all sarcasm and BS, which it could be. But if it's not, this goes back to what I said earlier at the beginning of this video, where if you're not watching AEW weekly, then shut the hell up, because you're just spewing nonsense. These guys have been featured pretty much every single week, primarily on Collision, but sometimes also on Dynamite, and even in singles matches. I mean, we've seen Myron Reed just had a great match, last week, 2 weeks ago? Come on. For those reasons, you are the other half of this video's DDT. That's all I had in this quicker episode of Screw Script. Let me know down below again what you think about my prediction with Will Ospreay and the United Empire. What is the match you're looking forward to the most on Dynamite coming up, and what has been your favorite match so far of the Continental Cup? As always, this has been Maverick, a voice for you sickos out there. Thanks for watching.